Hey, Jordan O'Connor here, and in this video I'm going to walk you through this agency dashboard template that I've made for you. So what is this? This is basically a dashboard that pulls in all of the metrics for your business. Now this example is built for an agency, so if you have any type of online agency, you'll be able to copy and paste and use this directly. Now, you could use this for any type of business. You just have to customize it and change around your different channels so this is suitable for you. But the reason why I built this, number one, it was coming up to an event. I was speaking at an event and I wanted to give away something really valuable. It was an event where I was teaching people around how to build an agency. But I was dealing with this problem for the longest time where I didn't have a dashboard that had all of my metrics in it. And I wasn't able to tell you, like, if someone asked me what's my close rate, what's my, retention, what's the LTV of our clients, how much runway do we have in the bank, what's our monthly expenses, all this type of stuff. Yes, I'd be able to get the metrics, but I didn't have it in one place where I knew what it was every single month and tracking it every single month. So I was like, I got to build something. Because I looked into so many different softwares and I was like, that doesn't really work, right? Like there was no perfect solution. So like if you have an e-commerce store, for example, you can use your Shopify dashboard, or you can get like a triple whale that plugs in because all of your metrics are going through that. And yes, with agency, you do have Stripe, but it's just not the same. It's not giving you all of these other metrics because there's a lot of moving parts. And plus, if you, let's say you use Stripe, you might have some clients that will pay you directly. So it's not 100% accurate. Okay. So I built this. Now you can get a template of this. I'm just going to walk you through it first. So let's move this over here. So you can watch another Loom video here of me breaking it down. And if you want to book in a call with me, you can also do that. And then you can also visit our agency here. Okay. So let me walk through this. So the first thing we have is our sales overview. Now, every section you see here, you can see sales overview. You then have a page that goes with that. Okay. And all of the metrics here pump back to here. So everything you see on this page, you actually don't touch it. This is automatically pulled from the pages and from the different sections. So let's talk about them individually. The first one is sales overview. This is covering your total sales calls for the year, deals closed, average close rate. Okay, pretty simple stuff. You can see that is pulling from here. So in here then, we have on a monthly level, sales calls made, sales closed, close rate, cash collected. Okay. So some of these metrics might be off. Like I said, I just inputted random numbers here. Like you can see this was 100% close rate this month. And then if you go down, you'll be able to see it will then calculate the average or the sum. So 81 calls, 38, 46% close rate, 60K cash collected. And then you can also see different graphs for this, so you can see different sales made, you can see your close rate, how it's went up or down, and you can do this on a macro and a micro level. So you could have one of these for each of your sales reps, and then you could also have one for the actual company. So inside of here you could have, like, this could be for one sales rep, this could be another one, and then you could have it push back to the main dashboard for your whole team. And then you can see cash collected then on different months. So really good to have a look at it, because before I wasn't too sure on my close rate, So like if we were to view this business, you'd be able to say, okay, they probably need more calls. Their close rate is pretty good. Their cash collected, well, it's pretty low to be fair, but where they're at is like they probably just want to get more calls. If they get more calls, all these rest of the metrics will be pretty good, So next, if we go back then, next is client revenue tracking. Now this one will change depending on your agency. For us, we have an agency called Email for Brands, and we help e-commerce brands with email marketing and retention services. So for us, we're mainly tracking email revenue. Now, if you had an ad agency, you would be tracking ad results. If you had a social media agency, you might be tracking how many posts you're doing or how many views you're getting. So it all depends on what type of agency you have. Obviously, there's many different types of agencies. You might have an agency around AI, you might have an agency around content, whatever it is. Okay. So then inside of, so let me see, this was client revenue tracking. So this is this one. So client results tracking, which is the same thing. You can then see we have this built out. Now, obviously, depending on how many clients you have, this is just a test in here. If you for this example, you'd only have 4 clients, okay? And then you'd put in how much revenue that client done, total revenue, how much email revenue, what the billing amount was, campaign revenue, flow revenue, email percentage, revenue per recipient, campaigns sent, resends, active profiles, 90 days engaged. Now, by doing this, you can then have a good pulse on how your client is doing on a month-to-month basis. And then you can also see the revenue. So this is like calculated here. So you can see if I change this to 2 million, so 2.5 million, watch this number change. So this is 9.935. Boom, that will change to 10. If we go back here, it will also change to 10. Okay, campaign sent, you can see this is 730. If we just add this in anywhere, like campaigns, if we add 100 here, that will also change up here to 830, and then that will also change back here. So then you're able to get a good understanding, okay, like at our company, our mission is to generate $1 billion in email sales. Okay, so we have, obviously we've done a whole lot more than 5 million, but it's like, this is, if someone asks like, how are you tracking that? I was like, we're tracking it from this dashboard. So every single month we're filling this out, and we're able to, figure out where we're currently at, and we're able to see trends. Then let's say if people are saying, oh, like it's February or March and like all sales are down, like, are you guys seeing that across all clients? And then when we do the monthly kind of reporting or updating, we're able to see, damn, we actually noticed that all clients are down this month, or all clients are up, whatever it is, right? So this is really important, so you can make sure that your operations are dialed in, you're delivering amazing results. Next, we'll go this way. So next we want to look at client tracking overview. So how many new clients have we got? The clients, how many clients have churned? What's the total active clients, average client retainer, annual client retention? So you can see, like for this example, this is a much lower ticket, even you could tell by the calls, but this example that I'm giving here is like a lower ticket agency where their average retainer is like €500. So it's probably like a content agency or something like that, right? Or it could be like a VA agency or something like that. So if we come into client tracking, then you're able to see, and you can change these numbers if you want. These are just the numbers that I thought were the most beneficial. What's the month? How many new ongoing clients is there? So how many new clients were added? How many clients churned? What's the net gain or loss? So obviously if there's 10 new clients, 2 churned, we're left with 8. Total active clients, cash collected, your average retainer, and then your retention rate. So you can see then February, and then you can see March. Okay, so you can see this breakdown. Then you can see the total and the average here. And then you're able to see, okay, total active clients. We're going in the right direction here. Clients lost or gained. Okay, June, something obviously happened. So we want to dive into what happened in June and why did we lose June? Why did we lose 3 clients, which is the most clients that we've ever lost, okay, in this example. So you want to like try and dive in and then fix that problem. And then you can look at your average monthly retainer. Oh, damn, why was July so low? Like, what happened there? Was there a mistake? Did we miss the billing? What was going on? And then cash collected. So how much cash have we made? So August, we made the most money. Okay, amazing. What did we do in August? What do we need to keep doing here? And you can see there was no clients churn. So we made the most money, plus there was no churn. So we have to keep doing more of what we done in August, right? So this you can see from a bird's eye overview here. Next, we have financial overview. So your financial tracking. So total cash collected, total expenses, total profit, profit margin, cash in bank, and runway. Your runway is basically if your expenses went to 0, how long could your business survive with the current expenses before it basically has no money left. Okay, so if we come into financial tracking, now do not pull these metrics from your Stripe account because your Stripe account is not going to be fully accurate. You want to pull this from your actual bank account because Stripe has fees, and also you might have some clients pay you direct, say. So it's important then that you actually pull it from your bank, not your Stripe account. So cash collected, you can see here, like this agency example, 12K, 14K, 24K, 18, 30, 6, 50, right? So obviously there's a big drop here. So like July, the founder of this agency must have been partying right now. Like I said, this is just an example, but I just want to show you how it basically affects everything. So cash collected, you want to pull this from your bank. How much money hit your bank that month? Okay. Cash in bank, you pull this on the first of the month, how much cash is in the bank. Expenses, how much money you spent. You're not diving into details here. It's just how much money you spent. That's the end of it. Then what's your profit? Obviously that calculates it for you. Your profit margin, that calculates it for you. And then runway, it also calculates it for you. So your runway is done based on your cash. So you can see here like profit margins. Okay, July, we lost 6,000, this company did. Compared to in August, they gained 50,000. So if I was to look at this, I'd probably be like, they probably missed the billing, or there was a billing issue because they made more in August, right? So then you can see your graphs. Is your cash in bank growing? Okay, amazing. If it's not, maybe it's not because you're taking money out of the company to invest or something like that. How's the cash collected looking? How's the expenses look? Ideally, you want this to try and stay the same, while this should be growing. Like, this is so high here. What's going on? Why was there so much money spent in June? Maybe you had a big ad budget, or maybe you hired a new team member, or you invested in like a mastermind, or you made an actual investment in your company. Profit, then you can see your profit. So obviously profit here, this was the biggest profit month. Then you can see profit margin. Is it, like you can see here, 93. So, this should be green. So that's an error. That should be green there. So this was negative. So this one was red. And then you're able to see cash collected, expenses, and profit all in one. Okay. So this is really beneficial. Now you should probably do this for your personal life as well, where you have like income, cash in bank, expenses, how much did you save, and then like, you probably don't really want runway for your personal, but still, it's still important. So this is very beneficial. To be fair, I need to build a personal one of these. I've not done that yet. I just need to find the time to do it, because this dashboard took me a long time, like days and days. Like there's a lot of formulas in here that I had to learn, but I learned a bunch while I was doing this. So then you can see all these numbers here. And once again, these are just all calculated. This pushes the numbers from that dashboard I just showed you, right? I don't want to change any of the numbers here or mess with it, but if I was to add 10K here, you can see this would go to 182. If we went back here, this would now be 182. Next is team overview. So total team members, total team billing, quality of work. Now this stuff is amazing. I've never seen anyone do this before. So obviously we have an email agency. So we have account managers, designers, copywriters, account executive, Klaviyo Tech, and an assistant, right? Once again, I pulled in random names here. Big John, Karen, Adam, Sarah, right? Most funny Irish names like Big John, right? So what you want to do here is, this is like your total team. So this is where you'll add in when they started, how long they've been with the company, the total billing. This automatically calculates it, quality of their work, and then total team members. This just calculates total team members. So then every month, what you want to do is you want to add in, as you hire more people, you obviously have to add in another row, but you will select, obviously put their name. So here it's Big John. Big John's role is an account manager. He got paid 2K. The quality of his work in January was bad. Okay. And then you can see, as the quality, then you can see Big John's quality of work then was great, and then it was great. And what it actually does is it pulls in an average of the work, and then it gives them a score, right? And then what it also does is it then takes an average of these scores, and then you can see the average of your team's work or output. So like on a yearly scale, this is crazy, where obviously you want to make sure it's always great, but if it's not, then if that person is like okay or bad for a couple of months, number one, you need to have a conversation with them, or number two, you just need to get rid of them. They're not a good fit. So this is a really interesting, like I said, I've never seen anyone do this. I just calculated all this myself, and I figured out a way to do this with a formula. And then if we come over more, you can then see quality of work, team pay, and months with the company here, right? Like I said, this is just, random people in here. None of these people or these names work in our company, okay? The only thing that is the same is the roles, of course. Okay, so that is team tracking. Really, really good. And then next, we have email outreach. So email sent, calls booked, outreach cost, outreach cash collected, outreach upfront ROI. So if you come in here, then you can obviously see email outreach sent, open rate, reply rate, positive replies, call booking rate, calls booked, clients closed, cash collected, and then the cost. And then the same again, you can see the overview, you can see the email sent, clients closed versus calls booked, and then cash collected from outreach. So you can see all of that data here. Now, one thing to note, this here is for your marketing channels. So if you were running ads for your agency, you would have another channel here. If you let's say push hard on content and organic, you'd potentially have a separate one for organic. It would be how many videos or how many posts did you do? How many total views did you have? How much engagement did you have? How many URL or bio link clicks did you have? How many calls were booked from the call link in your bio, and how much did you close and cash collected? So this way you can actually track how much came from your organic. Okay. Next is hiring overview. This is the one that, if you're a smaller agency, this isn't as important. As you grow, this is going to be really important. So applications, interview done, new hires. So if you come to hiring, you can see how many applications were submitted across all roles, how many interviews were done, how many new hires were there, and what's the team churn. And then you should be able to pull time to hire here. And this is kind of more, this was done manually, where I just manually put in the time to hire, or like this example. But you would be able to calculate this if you had more data here. But then you can see hiring dashboard, hiring in versus hiring out. Okay, so it's really important to know your numbers here and know how long it takes to hire. So the average time to hire here was 37 days. Now, this was only 2 examples. Let's say our new hires, there's 2 here. So let's say we hired another person here, and let's say this took 20 days, and let's say we hired 2 people or 1 person there, and let's say that took 90 days. Then you can see it on average is going to take 46 days to hire someone. Okay, which is really powerful. So then you know, okay, if we're at capacity, or if you do the whole pod thing, now we need to try and build another pod. We probably need 3 months to actually build that pod out. Okay, and then the last one is referral overview. So total referrals, referral payouts, referral cash collected, referrals given, cash collected. So as an agency, you probably do have a bunch of referrals. So client referrals, partnership referrals, network referrals, total referrals, referral payouts, referral cash collected, referrals given, cash collected. So let's say, for example, here, this was 1,000. Referrals given, let's say you gave 4 that month, and let's say here 2, and let's say this was a big one, let's say you got 4K here. Then you can see you've made 5,500 from referrals, right? You could potentially have like affiliate stuff in here as well, but this is just a track, like how much you paying out on the referrals, because you have to add that into your margins, and then you can see the full breakdown, right? So that is a full overview of this dashboard. Now, a couple of things that I recommend, because I've been using our one's very similar to this. I've actually added more to it since I created this. But what I recommend doing is actually getting someone on your team, get an assistant, or get someone from your team to fill this out. So what I've started to do is, like, some things I will do, like sales tracking and hiring, but most of the other stuff someone from the team will add it in, or like they'll put it into a different dashboard where I can copy and paste it over, because obviously you don't want to share all of these metrics with your team, right? Like stuff, so there's certain things you don't want to share, like obviously team pay, profit margins, cash in bank. Like you can share like close rate and stuff like that. You know, you definitely don't want to be sharing runway unless it's like, if it's super positive, you can. But I know a lot of people run agencies that don't have like the whole open book policy. That definitely happens as you get much bigger or as you go public and stuff like that. So yeah, I recommend, if you were to fill out all these numbers, to be fair, you could probably get it done in like an hour or 2 hours, but I'd recommend just have someone else do it for you. And then you can just hop in here once a month and then look at all the numbers and be like, okay. And then where this is the most valuable is you can then identify bottlenecks in your company and you're able to see trends. So most of the time, like this is kind of broken down into sales, marketing, operations, finance, and HR. Okay, that's kind of the 5 different categories. So you want to figure out what is the current bottleneck. Okay, let's say your bottleneck is marketing. Then okay, if it's marketing, we want to look at email outreach here, because this is the only real marketing, as well as referrals. So we want to look at both of these, and we want to figure out, okay, what can we do to improve these? All right. If it was sales, let's say, the issues is sales. So we hop into sales. Okay, what's the issue here? Well, the issue is in the space of 9 months, we've only had 81 calls, right? Like if we improve this metric and we kept the same close rate, if we double this metric, we kept the same close rate, we would be able to double the cash collected. Or if we just improve the open rate to 60% or 75%, but that's much harder to do. It's harder to get to a 75% close rate. It's much easier just to get more call volume. But to get more call volume, it's not actually a sales issue then, it's actually a marketing issue. So then okay, well, I need to go back to marketing, I need to improve this, right? Let's say you're having high churn. Let's say you're losing a bunch of clients and you're having a look at this and you're losing a bunch of clients. So you hop in here, okay, I'm losing clients. So you hop in here to client tracking, right? What's going on here? And then you see, okay, I'm losing a bunch of clients here. Like clients churned in June. Like what happened here? And then you might realize, okay, you look at feedback and then you realize, you go to like team tracking or whatever, and then you realize, okay, the issue is actually that we don't have enough team members. So then your bottleneck is not like clients or operations. Your bottleneck is actually HR, which is your hiring. So you need to make sure that you hire quicker, because if you look at your hiring, it's taking 46 days to hire someone, right? So you're like, damn. So by knowing these metrics, it just helps you to just know everything about your agency. It's almost like a health checker for your agency or for your business. And you can use this ad dashboard for anything. Like if you invest money, if you want to save money, and no matter what business you have, you can customize this. The thing is, though, it's a bit complex to rebuild this yourself, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. You just got to figure out the formulas. You can just, get someone from Upwork to help you with it. But I highly recommend doing this. Any questions, please do let me know. And I'm pretty sure if you want to chat more about this, or if you want me to help you with this, I'm pretty sure there's like a consultant link here that you can, there's like an hour consultant call that you can book in here. From what I remember, it's not free. So, you got to pay for it, pay for my time if you do want to chat about this stuff. But let me know your thoughts here. Let me know if there's any other dashboard that you've used, or how do you track the metrics inside of your company, or are you just doing good old, I forget what Frank Kern calls it. I think it's like cowboy tracking or something, where you keep it up in your head, right? Like nothing is actually tracked. You just keep a mental note of it, which is obviously what I've done for years, and is the worst thing to possibly do. So if you want this completely free, you just want to click, let me see. You want to click the link below this video in the description, and then you want to come to File, and then you want to go Make a Copy. So make sure you're logged into your Gmail account, File, Make a Copy, and once you clone this out, then you'll be able to edit it. Because this one that you're going to share, you're not going to be able to edit this. You'll only be able to view it. So you want to make a copy of your own. And there is another video here of me walking through this, probably very, very similar to this video, so it's probably not worth watching, but it's here anyways. But any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if you want me to make more videos like this and make more tools like this, or if you want me to make a personal one, let me know and I will get that done for you as time progresses. Appreciate you watching this video. As always, if you can give it a thumbs up, that would mean the world to me. If you're not subscribed, please do. Have an amazing the rest of your day. Ciao.